श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे पाश्चात देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। परम सौभाग्य श्री हरि नाम का आश्रय लेते हुए पावन महामंत्र का जाप करते हुए हम सब नवदीप मंडल गौर मंडल परिक्रमा संपन्न करने जा रहे हैं। पिछले 8 दिनों में
Since last 8 days,
6 द्वीप की परिक्रमा
we have finished or accomplished circumambulating the 6 islands or dvipas, and today the dvipa where we are is Jahanu Dvipa or island. You can see on the map on your screen. So lastly we went to Kola Dweep and Ritu Dweep. So today we are going to Janu, Modrum and Rudra Dweep. So these are small dweepas. So we will circumambulate these 3 today. So the foremost in these 3 is Jahanu Dvipa. It is also known as Jan Nagar. And in Braj 84 kosas, it is equivalent to Bhadravan. So in Braj Mandal we have 12 forests or vanas, and in them Bhadravan is equivalent to Janudweep, or Janudweep is equivalent to the same, and they are non-different. And the 9 limbs that signifies these Navdvipa, out of them Janudweep denotes Vandan Bhakti.
जानूद्वीप वंदन भक्ति को प्रतिपादित करता है। नवदा भक्ति में वंदन भक्ति की भी बड़ी महिमा है।
And it is very glorious or important to do Vandan Bhakti. In Naimisharanya, Sut Goswami, when was reciting the Bhagavatam Katha, Suchi in the end concluded that the conclusion of this Bhagavatam is to do Nam Sankirtana or chanting the holy names of the Lord and to bow down at the lotus feet of the Lord, which will remove our sadness, distress, and our love for the Lord will manifest. And Janudvip signifies Vandan or at the lotus feet of the Lord. So it is mentioned in Mahabharata that if you do 10 Ashwamedh or horse sacrifices, the fruit is equivalent to just by bowing down at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. But apart from that, even after you have successfully done 10 Ashwamedh Yajnas, you may be reborn. Punareti Janma means he will be reborn, or he might be reborn. But a person who bows down at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna, he will never have to come back to this material world, and he will eternally live and at the eternal abode of the Lord. That is the importance of Vandan. So it is said that Vandan and Chandan or the sandalwood paste, they both are very dear to Lord Shri Krishna, and he gets easily pleased by these two. So gopis say to Lord Shri Krishna, if someone just bows down at your lotus feet, then in this body all the sins and propensity to do evil things all get burned up. So a living entity, when bows down at your lotus feet, you take away all of their shortcomings and faults. And Sri Akrurji is the epitome of Vandan Bhakti, how he entered the Vraja, and when he saw the imprint of Lord's lotus feet at his on the way, he bowed down at that place and he started his Vandan Bhakti. And we are going to circumvallate Janudvip today and listen the glories about the same. Why is it named Janudvip? We can see the sighting here on the screen. Sri Nityanand Prabhu says, this Janudvip is very beautiful and was famous as Bhadravan or forest. And Janu Muni had performed austerity here. And on this exact same place in front of your screen here, he performed austerity and he saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here. And in Satyuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested as a sannyasi, and Janu Rishi bowed down at the lotus feet of the Lord and he cleansed the feet of the Lord with his tears. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him again and again, and he gave him the benediction of fulfilling all his desires. Janudip was, Janu Rishi was living here with so much happiness, and it was named as Janudvip, as it is the tapasthali, or the place where he performed austerity. And a person who sees this place or visits them gets relieved of all his sins and obstacles, and immediately develops love or pure loving devotional service towards Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why was it named Janudvip? So let's learn through the medium of the verses.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare. Amit Narayan Prabhu, Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, okay.
Hare Krishna. हेथा जानु मुनि वैसे संध्या करिवारे भागीरथी वेगे कोशा कोशी पड़े धारे। एक समय की बात,
So once upon a time, on this place where we are standing here, he was sitting and performing his evening veneration or Sandhya Arti or Gayatri. and he had a pot and a spoon, that is achmani, to take water. And on other hand, Bhagirath ji had manifested Ganga Mata on this earth, and she was coming from Brahmlok to Kailash and through Gangotri, Haridwar, Prayag, etc. And Bhagirath ji was moving ahead and Ganga ji was following him. And crossing the whole Bharat Varsh, when she reached this place, what happened? The flow of the river Ganges was so fast, as you can see in this verse. Kosha Kushi means the pot and the spoon that Janu Rishi had, and by the force of Bhagirathi or river Ganga, they all flow down. So Janu Rishi was in trance, and although he didn't have much, but a sage always has so much less, and it was the biggest asset he had. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas and he was going to Jagannath Puri, then Nityanand Prabhu broke the dand of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked that where is my dand? And Nityanand Prabhu answered that that is broken, and he asked how it was broken. And while was doing Sankirtan, you fell down and it broke down in 3 parts, and it was a lie, because Nityanand Prabhu had broken it himself. He said that he is a Lord, and he was the Lord himself, and he was so weak. So he doesn't, and as a material person, we need a dand or a symbol, but the Lord doesn't need anything. That was the principle behind it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that this dand or stick is important for a sannyasi to have it, and you have broken that as well. So here also Janu Rishi, who has just these two assets, and Gangaji with her flow took away those. And when Janu Rishi opened his eyes, he was angry. He got so upset that he drank the whole Ganga ji. So it became non-existent. Bhagirath ji saw that there is no sound of Ganga ji. When he looked back, there was no Ganga ji. So Bhagirath ji started going back, and he went 100 kilometers, but he saw there was no trace of Ganga ji. He was worried that what happened to her. And then in this place, Janu Rishi was sitting.
भगीरथ जी के मन में ये भाव हुआ कि
Bhagirath ji was worried that where is Ma Ganga? And they have you performed austerity for 5 generations to get Ganga ji. And now finally she was about to reach to Bengal, and he observed and he saw Jan Rishi, and he asked, he said that I drank it. But how could he drink so much Ganga Jal? And Bhagirath was amazed that how a sadhu can drink the whole Ganga Jal, and he became distressed as well. He had performed austerity to bring Ganga ji, and then he has performed austerity to please Lord Shiva to take her on her head. And now Bhagirath ji stayed here for a while with Dheer, Mahadheer. He was not out of control or was not upset at all. He could have fought with Janu Rishi, but I could have give you the set of 12 spoons, but how could you drink the whole Gangaji? Who does that? But he was not angry or upset, but he stayed there for a while and he started venerating Janu Rishi. And after seeing that, Janu Rishi got satisfied and pleased. Sadhu has a nature that they get angry very easily and they get pleased also very easily. And their anger is like if you just bow down at their feet, then their anger disappears. And if by just bowing down at their feet, he does not forgives you, then he is not a sage. Because a sage has innocence like child. So Janu Rishi was pleased and satisfied, and he said that, what do you want? He said that the Gangaji that you have drank, please bring her back, because my ancestors, 60,000 of them are stuck there, and we are just 100 kilometers away from that place. So please release Gangaji. Janu Rishi was satisfied. And he drank it from the mouth, but he cut upon his thigh and brought Gangaji from here back. And because he bought her from his thigh, that is why it is called Janavi, Jalangi, etc. And in some scriptures it is said that Janu Rishi bought him through his ear. So these two, that either from ear or from thigh, so both are true according to the situation, time and circumstances. So what happened next?
माँ गंगा का तो अस्तित्व खत्म ही हो चुका था, जानू ऋषि पी चुके थे.
So Gangaji was almost non-existent because Janu Rishi had drank her, and now it was a rebirth of Gangaji as she started her or restarted her journey from here. That is why she became famous as daughter of Janu Rishi, because she manifested once again through Janu Rishi. That is why he is considered the father of Gangaji and she is called Janu.
और जानवी बलिया डाके सकल संसार, और फिर तो ये सारा संसार उन्हें जानवी के जानवा के नाम से जानने लगे. अब मजे की बात सुनिए। अब यहाँ पर ये तो गंगा अब तो रिलीज हो गई, बहने
So
लगी,
Ganga ji was released and everything became
महीने साल बीते, कालांतर हुआ
proper. And
और
as the time elapsed, and at this point,
माँ गंगा से
from Ma Ganga ji,
भीष्म का जन्म हुआ।
Shantanu's putra Bhishma was born,
भीष्म
because Bhishma was the son of
हुआ। फिर आप सब जानते हैं
Mad Ganga and Shantanu Maharaj.
जन्म हुआ तो शांतनु ने गंगा को
And
रोका और गंगा जी की शर्त थी, मुझे रोकना नहीं है,
as
जब
we
आप
know that
रोकेंगे तो मैं
he was
आपको छोड़कर
supposed
चली
to
जाऊंगी।
not to ask her
तो अन्य
questions,
पुत्रों को गंगा
but
ने बहा
he
दिया।
stopped
भीष्म
her
पहले बहाने जा रही थी, शांतनु
when
ने
she
रोका,
was about
बच्चा तो
to.
बच गया लेकिन गंगा निकल गई। लेकिन
She
उस
was
समय
about to
गंगा
put Bhishma Dev into water,
उस समय नाम था
but
देवव्रत।
Shantanuji
देवव्रत
stopped, so the boy was saved, but Gangaji left
और स्वर्ग में जाकर
and
बृहस्पति
she
से
started
स्वर्ग के देवता
living
गुरु
in the
बृहस्पति
celestial
से शिक्षा
planet
प्राप्त
Swarga,
फिर माँ
and
गंगा
she took
बृहस्पति
Bhishma
से विद्या
with
शिक्षा
herself,
प्राप्त करा के स्वर्ग से
and she took Bhishma Dev and gave education through
और फिर
Brihaspati to
हस्तिनापुर
Bhishma,
से
and then she brought
एक
her
समय
him
उस
back to Hastinapur,
वे भीष्मदेव वे देवव्रत
and
यहाँ पर आए। कहाँ?
after some time
धाम में
this
जानु द्वीप।
Devavrat or Bhishma Dev
अब आप कहोगे
came here
जानु
to
द्वीप
this
में
place.
क्यों आए?
But why did he
हस्तिनापुर
came
में रहने
to
वाला बंदा
Janu
जानु
Dweep
द्वीप में क्यों आएगा?
while his residence was in Hastinapur? So the reason is mentioned here with
कत
reference.
दिन परे हेथा गंगार नंदन। गंगा नंदन माने भीष्म
Ganga Nandan means Bhishma Dev.
तो कुछ दिन कत दिन परे कुछ दिन के बाद
So
हेथा
after some days,
गंगार नंदन गंगा का पुत्र भीष्म
the son
के
of Ganga
माता
ji,
मह दर्शन अपने माता मह का दर्शन करने के लिए
and
यहाँ पर
he
आए।
saw Mata Maha.
नवदीप धाम में
Where?
जानु
In this
द्वीप
Navdweep,
क्यों आए?
Janu
के
Dweepa.
माता मह दर्शन अपने माता मह का दर्शन करने के लिए। माता मह का अर्थ होता है
Mata
माता
Ma
जी।
means Nanaji or
माता जिसे
maternal
पितामह
grandfather.
पितामह तो समझ में आता है ना?
So
एक
Pitamaha
होता है
is
पिता,
the
पिता
father.
और
Pita
पितामह
means
माने
father or
father,
Ma is
father।
father's
Okay?
father, that is grandfather.
एक होता है माता माने मदर
But
और एक होता
mother
है
is
माता मह
Mata.
माने
Mata
माँ
Ma
के
means
पिता।
father
So
of
माता मह माने क्या?
mother. So
हमारे माता
he
के पिता
is
क्या लगते हैं? नाना।
the
ठीक है, नाना जी। तो
maternal
भीष्म देव
grandfather or Nanaji.
दर्शन अपने मातामह अपने नाना का दर्शन करने के लिए
And he,
पितामह भीष्म
Bhishma
आए।
Dev
अच्छा,
came here
भीष्म
to
के
see
नाना कौन
his
है?
maternal
अभी हम
grandfather.
जानते हैं
So
कि
who is
जानु
his
ऋषि ने गंगा को
grandfather?
खोजा थे और गंगा
And
को प्रकट
just
किया
now we heard
और
that
इस दृष्टि से जानु ऋषि गंगा के
because
पिता हुए।
Gangaji was reborn from
जब
Janu
गंगा
Rishi,
जानु ऋषि की
that is
माता
why
है
she is
तो
considered
जानु
as daughter
ऋषि
of Janu
पितामह
Rishi.
भीष्म के नाना हुए ना।
So in
तो
that
अपने
sense,
नाना जानु ऋषि का दर्शन
Janu
करने
Rishi
के लिए
is the
हस्तिनापुर
maternal
से
grandfather of
भीष्म
Bhishma Dev,
यहाँ
and he
जानु द्वीप पर
came
आए।
here to meet him.
और जब आए तब क्या
And
हुआ?
when he reached here, what happened?
भीष्मेरे आदर करे जानु महाशय। जानु महाशय जानु ऋषि ने भीष्म का
So
आदर किया
Janu
और बहु
Rishi
दिन राखे तारे आपन आलय।
welcomed
और
Bhishma
जानु ऋषि ने अपने आलय में
Dev,
अपने घर में
and he
भीष्म
kept
को
him in
बहुत
his
दिन
home
तक रखा।
for many days.
अच्छा, बहुत दिन तक रख
Bahudin
जानु
means
ऋषि ने
many
भीष्म को
days.
क्या सिखाया,
And
क्या
what
किया,
did he taught?
रहकर क्या किया?
What were they
ये कहते
doing?
हैं
It is
जानु
mentioned.
जाने भीष्म धर्म शिखिल अपार। जानु ऋषि से
From
पितामह
Janu
भीष्म ने
Rishi, Bhishma
बहुत
Pitama
सारे धर्म के विषय में
learned
ज्ञान
about the
प्राप्त किया।
principles of
अनेक धर्मों
righteousness
को
or
सीखा
dharma,
इस
and he learned
जानु
so
द्वीप
many
में
dharmas
जानु
on
ऋषि
this
से
Janu Dweep through
भीष्म
Janu
जानु
Rishi.
ऋषि नाना लगते हैं, उनसे बहुत सारे धर्मों को सीखा। मैं आपकी जानकारी के लिए कहूँ
So I just
हमारे
want to
वैदिक
add for your
वाणी में
information that according to our Vedic
बड़ा
injunction,
प्रवचन, लॉन्ग
the big
एनालिसिस, लॉन्ग
biggest
सबसे बड़ा
preaching
यदि
which
किया
was done
पितामह भीष्म ने किया है।
was by
महाभारत
none
में
other than
अनेक
Bhishma Pitama.
अध्यायों में अनेक श्लोकों में
In so
उनको
many
जानकारी दी
chapters
गई
and in so many verses,
ये वेद
Bhishma
पुराण में
Pitama
सबसे बड़ा ग्रंथ
gives
महाभारत है जिसमें 1 लाख
so
श्लोक
much
है।
preaching. So the
रामायण में
biggest
18,000 ये 18 पुराण में
scripture
मैक्सिमम स्कंद और पद्म में 60,000 है।
we,
लेकिन
of
भागवत में
our
1 लाख
country
श्लोक
is
है।
Mahabharat because
और
it
उस
has 1 lakh
श्रीमद्
verses,
भागवत में सबसे बड़ा पाठ पितामह भीष्म का है
and the
जो हमें
biggest
ज्ञान प्रदान किया राज
part
धर्म
is the knowledge
धर्म देश धर्म
provided
समाज धर्म
by
दान धर्म अनेक
Bhishma
धर्म
Pitama on so many topics.
तो भीष्म ने ये ज्ञान ये धर्मों का
And
ज्ञान कहाँ सीखा
where
जानू
did
द्वीप
he
में
saw this? He learned it.
इस
He
जानू
learned
द्वीप
it
में
here on this
जानू
Janu
ऋषि से
Dvipa from
पितामह भीष्म ने
Janu
ये सारा
Rishi.
ज्ञान आदि ग्रहण किया। अब देखिए ज्ञान ग्रहण करना ये बहुत अच्छी बात है
To gain knowledge
उससे
is
भी अच्छी बात है
great
ज्ञान
or a
ग्रहण
good thing,
करके
but the
स्वयं
far
अपने जीवन
greater
में उतारना
thing
और
is
दूसरों
to
को सिखाना। भारत भूमि ते है
put it
मनुष्य जन्म यार जन्म सार्थक करी
in all these
कर पर
principles in our
उजागर।
lives
भीष्म ने
and
ये
to
किया
teach others as well. And this is what
जानू
Bhishma
स्वामी
Dev
भीष्म धर्म
do.
सीखिल अपार जानू ऋषि से अपार
So
धर्म को
he
सीखा
learned
और जब
so
अवसर
much
आया
from Janudvip,
अवसर
and
मिला
when the
भीष्म
opportunity
सरसैया पर
came,
सोए हुए थे
when he was on
युधिष्ठिर
his
और युधिष्ठिर
deathbed
युद्ध जीत कर
and
शोक मग्न थे
Yudhishthir
और
ji
शोक से
was
मुक्त करने के लिए कृष्ण
engrossed
युधिष्ठिर
in
को भीष्म के पास लेकर आए और अवसर पाकर भीष्म
sadness,
ने
and seeing this
युधिष्ठिर को नायक
opportunity
बनाकर
through the
सारा
medium of
ज्ञान प्रदान
Yudhishthir,
किया।
he
आप
provided
सब
the
जानते हैं ये सारी कथा
complete knowledge, and you all are aware
ये
of
सारा
this.
ज्ञान इनको प्रदान किया। अब कनेक्शन देखिए
So now see the connection
यहाँ पर
here.
जानू ऋषि क्योंकि श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का दर्शन कर चुके थे अभी आपने
Because
कथा में सुना ना
Janu
कि जानू ऋषि
Rishi
स्वर्ग
has
आए
seen
उन्होंने तप
Chaitanya
किया
Mahaprabhu,
और
as
फिर
we
सन्यासी रूप
mentioned
में अच्छा
earlier,
किस रूप में सन्यासी रूप में चैतन्य
and he
महाप्रभु
saw him,
दर्शन दिए
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a
तो जानू
sannyasi,
ऋषि ने चरणों में प्रणाम किया
and he bowed down at
महाप्रभु
his
को
lotus
कैसे
feet
उसे महाप्रभु के चरणों
and
को धोया महाप्रभु ने आशीर्वाद दिया।
cleansed his feet with Janu Rishi's
तो
tears.
भीष्म जब आए तो
So when
जानू ऋषि
Bhishma
ने
Dev came,
चैतन्य महाप्रभु का ज्ञान भी दिया था
he gave
कि
him the
स्वयं
knowledge of
भगवान श्री
Chaitanya
कृष्ण
Mahaprabhu
कलयुग
as
में
well,
सन्यास रूप में
that
आएंगे
he
ये
will
कुछ वर्णन
come
करेंगे।
as Chaitanya
भीष्म
Mahaprabhu
को
in Kali
चैतन्य
Yuga,
महाप्रभु के
and
विषय में ज्ञात था वो जानते थे महाप्रभु के विषय
Bhishma
में
Pitama was aware
और
of Chaitanya
इसीलिए
Mahaprabhu,
पितामह
and
भीष्म
that
ने
is why
महाभारत में जब
Bhishma
ज्ञान दिया
Pitama
युधिष्ठिर को
was
उस
giving
ज्ञान
the
के अंतर्गत
knowledge.
विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम
He,
किसने बोले
he
विष्णु
told
सहस्त्र
Vishnu
नाम भीष्म ने
Sahasranam.
ही बोले ना
And who told Vishnu
भीष्म मुख से
Sahasranam?
ही विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम
Vishnu
बोले गए
Sahasranam were chanted or
तो
recited by
पितामह
Bhishma
भीष्म
Dev
जब
himself.
भगवान विष्णु का जिक्र कर रहे थे विष्णु के
And
1000
when he
नाम
was
जिक्र किए
mentioning the 1,000 names
उसी
of Lord
सहस्त्र नाम
Vishnu,
में पितामह भीष्म ये
there
श्लोक
he
बोले
has
और
spoken or
इसी श्लोक
recited
में
this
पितामह भीष्म
verse.
को पूर्ण रूप से श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की याद आई।
And he was remembering Chaitanya
ये
Mahaprabhu
महाभारत
in
का
this
श्लोक है
verse.
पितामह
This is the
भीष्म
verse
की
from
ओर से लिखा हुआ
Mahabharata,
श्लोक है
which was
विष्णु
spoken by
सहस्त्र
Bhishma
नाम का
Pitama,
श्लोक है इसी
and
श्लोक में भगवान विष्णु
it is
सहस्त्र नाम
also a
का
part of Vishnu
जो
Sahasranam.
नाम है अब वैसे कहने को तो ये विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम है ठीक
So
है लेकिन मुझे बताइए इसमें से कौन सा नाम विष्णु का
this
है मुझे आप बताइए
is
कहने को तो
the
महाभारत का है भीष्म
come
ने जो
from
विष्णु
Vishnu
सहस्त्र नाम लेकिन
Sahasranam.
इसमें से कौन सा
But
नाम
you tell
विष्णु
me
का
that
है
out of these,
सबसे पहला
which
नाम
of
है ना
one is
सुवर्ण वर्ण
Vishnu's name? So first and
और
foremost is
दूसरा नाम है
Suvarna,
हेमांगो
and then it is
ओके
Hemango.
तो सुवर्ण वर्ण का अर्थ क्या होगा
So Suvarna Varn, what
कोई
does
कोई
it
कहते हैं
means?
सुवर्ण वर्ण माने सुवर्ण
Some
माने
means
सोना
that
और वर्ण माने
Suvarna
कलर
means gold
सोने जैसा
and
कलर
color means
हाँ
color,
सुवर्ण वर्ण
so
का
golden color.
सोने जैसा कलर हो सकता है लेकिन
It can be golden color,
इसके नेक्स्ट
but
बाद जो शब्द है
the
वो
next
है
word
हेमांगो
to it is
तो
Hemango.
हेमांग का अर्थ होता है हेम माने सोना अंग
So
माने
Hem
शरीर
means
सोने जैसा शरीर
gold and
अब
Ango
भीष्म
means
इतना
body.
मूर्ख तो नहीं है
So the
कि इतनी बड़ी गलती कर
person
दे
with
कि एक ही नाम
body
दो बार बोल दे
with which
तो
is
हेमांग तो
golden.
रिजर्व है हेमांग का और दूसरा कोई अर्थ नहीं हो सकता
So Hemang
हेमांग
can
माने
have no
अंग
other
माने शरीर
meaning.
तो ये सोने शरीर हेमांग के लिए छोड़ दे तो फिर सुवर्ण वर्ण का अर्थ क्या होगा?
So what does Suvarna Varn then denotes or signifies? So the Varn means color, but there is another meaning, that is word or shabd, that is Varnmala or alphabets.
क ख ग घ च छ ज ज ट ठ ड ढ ण त थ प फ ब भ म, तो इसे वर्णमाला कहते हैं।
So these alphabets are also called Varna in Sanskrit. And Suvarna means beautiful words now.
शब्द, और फिर जो वर्ण है सुंदर शब्द का वर्णन करने वाले।
So the person who
ठीक है, तो विष्णु का एक नाम
pronounces
सुवर्ण वर्ण।
the
सुवर्ण वर्ण माने सुंदर नाम का वर्णन,
beautiful names.
इस दुनिया में सुंदर नाम, सबसे सुंदर नाम कौन सा है?
So what is the most beautiful name here in this world?
मधुराति मधुर मधुरेभ्यो मंगलम, हरेर नाम एव केवलम, हरि का नाम, कृष्ण का नाम ही।
So Hari's name or Krishna's name is the most beautiful. So Suvarna Varn here denotes Krishna, and Varnan means the person who describes it. So a person who describes the names of Krishna,
का एक नाम है सुवर्ण वर्ण, इसका अर्थ होता है जो कृष्ण के नाम का वर्णन करते हैं। अब मुझे बताइए, विष्णु
so just tell me,
नाम का वर्णन करने गए थे,
when did Vishnu go to describe Krishna's name?
चैतन्य महाप्रभु।
But here it denotes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
भीष्म को चैतन्य महाप्रभु की याद आई और उन्होंने यहाँ पर चैतन्य महाप्रभु का जिक्र कर दिया। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने,
He was remembering Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at this time. That is why he mentioned here these names.
थोड़ा अघरा पड़ता है ना, ये अघरा
So
पड़ता हो तो थोड़ा
if
और
it
easy हो जाएगा,
is
आगे बढ़ें।
difficult for you,
हेमांगो,
then let's proceed further. So Hemang means, Hem means gold and Ang means body. So who has a body like of golden color? So just tell me, out of the 10 or 24 or Asankhya incarnations that he has taken, tell me which of them had golden color?
एक और मात्र एक,
And only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
पितामह भीष्म ने श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का जिक्र विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम महाभारत में किया।
And Lord
और ये कहां से सीखा?
and Bhishma Dev has
ये सब यहाँ जानू द्वीप से
described Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here in Vishnu Sahasranam, and he learned this from Janu Rishi here at Janu
फिर
Dvipa.
आगे वरांग चंदनांगदी,
Further he recites,
वरांग माने जिनके अंग सुंदर, मतलब आजानुलंबित,
Varang means who has beautiful body, like who has long hands
अंग पर चंदन लगाते हैं,
and who applies sandalwood paste on his
और बाकी
body.
सब छोड़ दे।
And if we leave everything,
पूरे श्लोक का सार हो
this one word can conclude
एक नाम है
the whole verse,
संन्यासकृत, ये कंप्लीट।
Sannyas Krich
तो भगवान
or
विष्णु
Krit.
का एक नाम है
So
संन्यासकृत, तीसरी लाइन में आप देख सकते हैं।
in the third line you can see.
अब मुझे बताइए भगवान विष्णु ने कौन से
So tell me, Lord Vishnu, when did took sannyasa, in which incarnation? He has taken so many forms, but he never took sannyas. But sannyas only was taken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
जानू ऋषि ने श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के संन्यास रूप को देखा था और वही
And Janudeep has seen that sannyas form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he has discussed it with Bhishma Pitama. That is why he was remembering and was describing in Mahabharata's Vishnu Sahasranam.
फिर ये सारे नाम निष्ठा, शांति, परायण, ये सब
So
चैतन्य
all these names, they are denoted to or signifies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
कि ये जो धन है,
So it is said that here
नवदीप था कि भीष्म पाइल भक्ति धन है। पितामह भीष्म को इस
Nityanand Prabhu says that in this Navdvipa or Janudvipa, Bhishma got the unalloyed devotion towards the Lord, Bhakti Dhan.
ज्ञानी थे, विद्वान, सब कुछ था, लेकिन
He was wise, intelligent, but he got unalloyed devotional service at Navdviv Dham. And in the second line, the most important thing is said. It is said that because of this, he was placed amongst the 12 Mahabhagavats or Mahajans just by visiting this Navdvip Dham and getting the knowledge.
12 महाजनों के बीच में भीष्म की गणना होने लगी। क्यों? क्योंकि वे नवदीप धाम में आए और उनको भक्ति रूपी धन प्राप्त हुआ।
And he received unalloyed devotional service towards the Lord, and that is why Atev means therefore.
पावन। इसलिए जिस जनु द्वीप पर हम लोग आए हैं,
this place where we are, that is Janudvipa,
परम पावन है।
it is the most pious of all places.
करे सदा भाग्यवान जन। इस जनु द्वीप पर वही
And only a very fortunate person can reside in this place.
भाग्यवान लोग यहाँ पर वास कर सकते हैं। सही दिन जनु द्वीपे नित्यानंद राय, भक्त गण सह रहे भक्तेर आलाय। इस प्रकार से श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु जनु
In this manner,
भक्तों के साथ यहाँ रुके
Nityanand Prabhu stayed here and increased the devotional service towards the Lord of all his associates. So this is the importance of Janudvip,
यहाँ समाप्त की।
and we have
द्वीप से आगे
just circumvallated Janudvip, and now we should move towards Mudrum Dvip,
जहाँ पर भगवान रामचंद्र का
where
हुआ था,
Lord Ramchandra had came during his exile,
भूमि में प्रवेश करे और फिर रुद्र द्वीप
So-
लास्ट में दो
and then Rudradvip. So 2 Dvipas are remaining. So we should sing the Ram Dhun
राम जी की लीला
before going to Mudrum
तो
Dvip.
धुन बनती है और रामनवमी भी निकट आ रही। आइए
And as Ramnavami is also near, so let's stand and chant.
जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु, जय जय माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित
Hare Krishna. I welcome all the attendees, all the devotees
इस सभा को
who have gathered here.
बनाने वाले
In particular, I want to welcome the senior devotees of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness who have specially decorated this assembly,
दूर दूर से
and all who have gathered here from all parts of the world through the medium of YouTube, Facebook, etc.,
और इस यात्रा में हमारे साथ
and who are accompanying us in this yatra. So all the
बड़े
travelers
भाव से
and
इस
with their
दिवस की
full
यात्रा का
heart,
आयोजन करने वाले
the organizers of this 9th day of this Katha and Yatra,
उन्होंने अपना
although they have
निवेदन नहीं किया है,
kept their name anonymous,
यूके में रहने वाले
but they are residents of UK, London.
आप सभी भक्त गौर मंडल परिक्रमा
So, in this Gaur Mandal Parikrama,
अंतिम
all
एवं नवम दिवस में
of you devotees on this 9th day of the Katha, I welcome you all and our humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
परिक्रमा करते हुए हम सेकंड
While
द्वीप पर पहुंचे हैं,
circumambulating, we have reached the second last Dvipa,
धूम द्वीप।
whose name is Modudram Dvipa or island. So out of these 9 islands and in these 9 dvipas, we are here in Modudram Dvipa. So here this Modudram Dvipa signifies the servitorship or Dasya Bhakti out of the 9 limbs of Bhakti or unalloyed devotion service towards the Lord. And who is the Acharya or epitome of servitorship?
श्री हनुमान जी महाराज
So Lord Sri Hanuman epitomizes this servitorship. So now that we are discussing, let me discuss that in April, after 2 kathas, so we will be in the capital of US, Washington DC. There is a Bhagvat Katha and Madhusudan Prabhu is arranging all and taking care of all the arrangements. So he has requested that we should have a katha on Ram Navami. So we should discuss the Sundar Kand.
So इस बार राम नवमी पर वॉशिंगटन डीसी में सुंदर कांड की कथा
We will have Sundarkand Katha on the occasion of Ramanavami. When Madhusudan Prabhu requested, then we start contemplating on the topic. So the whole Sundarkand is filled with Hanumanji. And who is he? Although monkey is not considered beautiful, yet Valmiki ji named this Khan as Sundar Khan. He could have named as Hanuman Khan, but he could have given many other names as well. But as it has so many pastimes of Hanumanji, yet it was named as Sundarkand. And why is this Sundarkand beautiful? You have to wait till April. So this will be premiered from Washington DC, and you all are invited. If it's possible for you to visit, then you all should visit here. Because after quite a few days, this is a physical katha. So right now we are in Modudrum Dvipa, and it signifies servitorship, limb of bhakti, whose epitome is Lord Hanuman. So we will listen to Hanumanji's katha or pastimes in the next katha because we have little less time. And this place is also called Mamagachi village or gaon. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyasa, it is said that all the residents of Antardvipa left Antardvipa, as Mahaprabhu has left all his associates, and Antardvip where he used to stay, and he performed most of his pastimes. And seeing this place, they used to get the mellows of separation, seeing all this. So the devotees of Antardvip decided to leave Antardvip, and most of them started residing in Modudrum Dvipa. If you see, it's not very far from Antardvip. You see, there it is Sri Mayapur in the circle.
ये जो भागीरथी आप देखें ना, वो गंगा बह
And
रही है,
if you
गंगा
see
का
this
किनारा इस
Bhagirathi,
द्वीप बने हुए हैं, तो अंतरद्वीप के बाजू में है ये
so
मधुद्वीप।
next to this is Madhudram Dvipa.
ब्रज में 12 वन है,
So in Vraja there are 12 forests,
में ये
and
मधुद्रुम द्वीप भांडीर
this
वन
Madhudrum
का है।
denotes or is
ब्रज
equivalent
का
to
भांडीर वन,
Bhandirvan
नवद्वीप का मोदद्वीप
of
द्वीप।
Vrija.
यहाँ के पशु पक्षी,
All the
द्वीप भी बहुत रमणीय है, बहुत
birds, animals, etc.
वन है,
It is very beautiful. Deep, it has deep forest, and it is
यहाँ
pleasure
का
to
सब
walk
कुछ
here.
दिव्य है, यहाँ का सब
So
कुछ दिव्य है।
everything here is divine
यहाँ
and
पर
transcendental.
श्री गौर हरि और श्री सीताराम के पवित्र नाम का निरंतर कीर्तन,
So
यहाँ की
here
प्रत्येक रूह, यहाँ की प्रत्येक
constantly
वस्तु श्री सीताराम
the names
के
of
नाम का कीर्तन।
Sita, Ram, and Gaurhari are chanted by every living entity here.
श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु जीव गोस्वामी को लेकर यहाँ पर पहुंचे,
Nityanand Prabhu brought Jeev Goswami here,
प्रभु कहते हैं
and he says,
कि हे जीव,
"O Jeev
पूर्व
Goswami,
त्रेता युग में जब भगवान श्री रामचंद्र
in
को 14
Treta
वर्ष का
Yuga,
वनवास
when
मिला,
Lord Sri Ramchandra was exiled for 14 years, so at that time
लक्ष्मण और सीता को लेकर
he brought Lakshman ji, Sita ji,
और यहाँ वे कैसे रहते थे,
and they came to Modudrum Dvip. And how he used to stay here?
एक बहुत महावृक्ष है और वृक्ष के
There was a huge tree,
कतत
and there they made their hermitage and they started staying there in pleasure
बड़े
and
आनंद से
ecstasy.
वे यहाँ पर वास किए। और यहाँ पर अब देखो एक बहुत सुंदर संवाद सीता जी,
So there is a beautiful conversation between Lord Sri Ram and Sita ji,
मन के अनेकों प्रकार के संशय को दूर करने वाला।
and it can remove
कई
many
बार हमारे मन में
of
भय है, even
our
मेरे मन में भी
confusions. So sometimes we have confusion in our heart
श्री राम जी ने सीता जी को क्यों त्याग दिया?
that why Ramji left Sita ji.
कल ही सुना ना, श्री
We
चैतन्य
were listening yesterday.
अपनी पत्नी को क्यों त्याग दिया?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his wife.
नहीं था भगवान,
Was there no any other alternative? He is the Lord himself, so he could have so many other options as well.
सबसे अधिक और बड़े प्रेमियों को क्यों त्याग देते हैं?
But why do they leave their
यदि ये संशय हो तो इसका
highest exalted devotees? So if we have this confusion, then
द्वीप में
here in Madhudram Dweep, there was a beautiful conversation between Lord Rama and Sita ji.
सैफरन धारण किए हैं
Ramji is in saffron clothes
और
and he has
और सभी पशु पक्षी के मन को हर रहे हैं
long hair and he is stealing the hearts of every living entity.
मुख
And
देखी जानकी तखन। श्री रामचंद्र जी मतलब मन ही मन में हंस रहे थे,
he is
जानकी जी को देख रहे थे, सीता जी को देख रहे थे।
he is filled with happiness and he is looking at Sita ji.
कारण सीता जी के मन में
And
प्रश्न होता ही है, जिज्ञासा
Sita
होती
ji
है,
was inquisitive that
कारण क्या है?
why is he smiling?
ये आप हंस क्यों रहे हैं?
And she asked Lord Sri Ram.
राम जी कहते हैं,
Lord Ram replies,
सुन सीता जनक नंदनी, हे जनक नंदनी, हे सीता सुनो।
he says, "Oh, daughter of Janak, listen.
मुझे एक सीक्रेट ऑफ द सीक्रेट, मुझे एक बहुत गोपनीय, एक बहुत रहस्य की बात मेरे मन
I
में
have a deep secret in my heart, and I'm just remembering that and I'm laughing."
बोले क्या?
And Sita ji asked that, "What is that?"
नदी आए। उस समय तो त्रेता युग चल रहा था, त्रेता के बाद
So this is the time of Treta,
कलयुग में चैतन्य महाप्रभु आने वाले हैं।
and then Dwapar, and then Kali Yuga, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come. So he is saying
वह
that
कलयुग धन्य हो जाएगा।
Kali Yuga will be the greatest. Why? Because on this Navadvip Dhama
और देखी वारे पाए, पीले रंग का अवतार लेकर,
a yellow colored incarnation,
मैं यहाँ पर प्रकट होऊंगा,
I will
लोगों को
manifest
दर्शन दूंगा,
and people
लोगों
will
को
see
भक्ति का
me,
दान करूंगा,
and I will provide
विद्या
them
अध्ययन
unalloyed
की लीला
devotional
करूंगा,
service,
और नाम महात्म्य का प्रकाश करूंगा,
and I will
और
preach
इतना ही
the
नहीं,
importance of Harinam,
सन्यास करिया आमी, इसलिए हंस रहे थे राम जी,
and that is why he was smiling.
आमी जाब नीला चले, सीते जब मैं
Oh,
कलयुग में आऊंगा
Sita,
तो ये
when
सब
I will
अपने
come in
माथे पर
Satyuga,
लेकर
oh Kali Yuga,
मैं सन्यास
then
लूंगा,
as Chaitanya
और
Mahaprabhu, I
सन्यास
will
लेकर
take sannyas
नीलाचल जगन्नाथपुरी चला जाऊंगा,
and I will reside in Nilachal
और
or Jagannath
कांदी वे
Puri,
जननी स्वीय वधु लये कोले, अपनी माँ को रोते हुए छोड़कर चला
and
जाऊंगा,
I will
और
leave my
अपनी पत्नी
mother
को रोते हुए
and wife
छोड़कर चला जाऊंगा।
who will be crying for me.
अब ये सीता जी कैसे सहन कर सकती है?
So how could Sita ji
तुरंत
tolerate
सीता जी ने
this?
प्रश्न पूछा,
Immediately she asked,
देवी सीता कहती है, यही कथा सुनी सीता बले न वचन, जननी कादाम्बे केन राजीव लोचन। सीता जी कहती हैं कि आप अपनी
Sita ji said that you
हे राजीव लोचन, आप तो लोगों
make
को सुख और शांति
your
देने के लिए प्रकट हुए,
mother cry,
आप अपनी माता को क्यों रुलाए? और
and why did you do so?
सन्यास करीबे केन छाड़िया गृहिणी, पत्नी दुख दिया
And
सुख कीवा नहीं जानी। और सन्यास लेकर आपने पत्नी को छोड़
and
दिया,
you left
आप
your
जानते
wife.
हो कि
Do
पति
you
के
even
बिना
realize
पत्नी को कितना दुख होता है?
how a
रति को
woman
भी सुख प्राप्त
can
नहीं
be
हो सकता है।
distressed by the absence of
ये
her
प्रश्न
husband?
जो सीता जी ने पूछा, वो
So
सिर्फ
this
सीता जी
question
को, ये हम लोगों को
was asked
कि आखिर
is not
विष्णु
Sita ji's,
प्रिया
it
को
is
क्यों
ours.
त्यागा, राम जी
That
ने
why
सीता को
Vishnu
क्यों
Priya
त्यागा,
ji
कृष्ण
was
ने राधा
left
जी को
behind,
क्यों त्यागा, ये
how
सब ज्ञान तो
Krishna
आपको है।
left Radha
और
Rani
जिसे ज्यादा
and
प्रेम करते हैं
Ram
उसी को
left
त्यागते
Sita
हैं।
ji. So the more we love
तो
a person, the
राम जी
more
इसका
he
सॉल्यूशन, इसका
leaves
उत्तर
them.
देते हैं,
So this is what Ramji
श्री
replies.
राम बलेन प्रिय तुम ही सब जान, प्रिय तुम ये सब कुछ जानती हो,
He said that you know
जीवन
everything.
सिखाते एबे हईल अज्ञान। सीते तुम ये सारी बात जानती हो, लेकिन
You
कलयुग
know
में
that, but in
लॉकडाउन
this
के
Kali
बाद
Yuga,
ऑनलाइन कथा होगी, उसमें अमृत चर्चा होगी, और अमृत चर्चा में एक दिन अमृत यात्रा होगी, उसमें बहुत सारे लोग बैठे होंगे, यात्रा का अंतिम दिन होगा,
so on the last day of the
सुनने
Antim
वाले
year
हैं,
of
और
Amrit
उस
Yatra,
समय
people will ask
इस
with
रहस्य को
inquisitiveness, and
लोग
at that
जाने,
time,
इसलिए तुम पूछ रही हो, बाकी
so that at that time
बाकी
people will come
प्रिय
to know. That is why
सीते
you are
तुम ही
asking this
सब
question.
जान, तुम तो सब
Although
जानती हो,
you are
लेकिन
aware
फिर
of
भी तुम पूछ
everything,
रहे हो कि
yet you are
जीवन
asking this
सिखाते, जीवों को
because you
सिखाने के
want to
लिए
teach the living
एबे हईल
entities,
अज्ञान, इस प्रकार से अज्ञानी बनकर
and
तुम
you're
प्रश्न
acting as
पूछ रही हो।
ignorant and asking this
अब देखिए
question.
फिलोसॉफी, सिद्धांत देखिए,
So just see the principle
आमा तेजे
here.
प्रेम भक्ति तार आस्वादन दुई। अब देखो शास्त्र के बहुत गहरे सिद्धांत को
So
बड़े सरल
the
राम जी
complex
एक सरल
principles
शब्दों
of
में
the
हम
Vedic
सबके सामने
injunctions are
प्रस्तुत कर रहे हैं।
explained very easily by
राम जी
Lord
कहते
Sri
हैं,
Ram. He says,
आमा तेजे प्रेम भक्ति तार आस्वादन दुई मते हय सीता सुनह वचन। हे सीते, मेरी
the
प्रेम भक्ति के रस का आस्वादन जो है,
mellows
मेरी प्रेमा भक्ति
of
का जो
my
टेस्ट है,
unalloyed
आस्वादन है,
devotion
वो दो प्रकार का है।
is of two types.
प्रेमा भक्ति का टेस्ट दो प्रकार का है, ध्यान से तुम सुनो।
So please listen
कौन से दो
carefully.
प्रकार का?
And what are those two types?
सुख संभोग बोलाए। एक
First,
प्रेमा भक्ति का एक टेस्ट कौन सा है?
the first taste is
मुझसे
of
मिलकर
to meet the
ना
Lord.
जाने क्यों, પછી હું આવે तुमसे मिलकर ना जाने, तो मुझसे मिलकर अमर संयोगे सुख संभोग बोलाए। तो मेरी प्रेमा भक्ति का एक टेस्ट यह है कि मुझसे मिलकर
So one of the tastes is the
उसे संयोग
that is to meet me, which is called as Sanyog Ras.
और अमार वियोग सुख विप्रलंब है,
And
और दूसरा
the second is
टेस्ट है मेरा वियोग, वियोग सुख,
my separation.
दिखने में
So
बात ऐसा
this
लगता है कि ये
separation also is a kind of happiness, although externally it may seem that it is a point of distress.
कहते हैं, और जो वियोग का सुख
So
है,
the
दोनों प्रेम है,
Viyog or mellows of separation is called Vipralambaras.
आगे कहते हैं,
And he further adds,
नित्य संगी संभोग वांछाई, ध्यान से सुनिएगा, हे सीते,
O Sita,
यद्यपि मेरे जितने
although all my devotees,
संभोग रस ही चाहते हैं,
they all want
भक्तों की यही इच्छा होती है कि हमें कृष्ण
my
से मिलन का सुख, ये मिलन वाला
attachment, that they should be together with the Lord.
लेकिन
But
मम कृपा वशे तार विप्रलंब है, अब सारे भक्त मुझसे संयोग
all the devotees expect to meet me,
और मैं उन भक्तों से मिल भी जाता हूं,
and I meet them as well. But when I have special mercy on a devotee, Mam Kripa Vashe means by my mercy, although they want to be with me, but when I am specially merciful by someone or to someone, then I provide them mellows of separation. I give them the mellow of separation, and even I enjoy that mellow of separation. So the conclusion is what? The principle is what? Let's explain this further. So meeting Krishna is blissful and ecstatic, but the mellows of separation are far more powerful, and even far more greater is meeting the Lord after separation. If you meet only, then you will not feel that much pleasure, and if there is separation only, then also you will not feel pleasure. But the pleasure that comes after mellows of separation, then it multiplies many folds. And that is the reason O Sita, because of this pleasure, you and me get separated so that we can enjoy the mellows of separation. And it is not that I leave you, but you yourself leave me. And even the Vedas accept this fact that for to enjoy these mellows of separation, you leave me. O Sita, in the upcoming Kali Yuga, you will be Vishnu Priya, and I will come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we will be separated. And by that mellows of separation, we will enjoy the mellows of separation internally, and you will preach to the world that when the Lord is not physically with us, then what should we do? Then we should serve the deity of the Lord. So, to take this or enjoy the mellows of separation, I leave you, and then I make a Sita of gold, and I remember or contemplate you and live in Ayodhya. So what is Ramji saying? You leave me. What happened in Treta Yuga? She left Ramji and put herself underground. And what did Ramji do? He made a gold deity of Sitaji, and he used to watch her. And now, when I will come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will leave you. Tretama, you left me alone. I made your Vigra or deity. And now, in Kali Yuga, I will leave you. And you will make my deity and you will serve me. As we discussed yesterday, Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu, the Lord with hands embracing us. So this is how strong these connections are. So we don't listen to all this in Ramayana, which we listen in Chaitanya Charitamrut. And that is why it is said,
ये गूढ़ कथा है, ये बहुत सीक्रेट बात
he
है.
said that this is very secretive knowledge. And no, not everyone understands or knows it. And it should not be shared. Only a fortunate few, those only listen and understand these mellows.
रामजी कहते हैं,
Ramji says that this Navdvip is my favorite place. And even my Ayodhya is not equivalent to Navdvip. I love Navdvip even more. So in this way, Ramji and Sitaji stayed here. So why was this place Modudrub Dvipa? So where was all this discussed? So the place where it was discussed, there was a huge tree, and they were sitting together and they were conversing. And they both were enjoying while conversing. So they were having pleasure under the tree. So Anand means pleasure, and it was happening under the tree. And a tree is called Drum in Sanskrit. So Mod means Anand and Drum means tree. So that is why it is called Modudrum Dvipa.
So इस प्रकार से,
so in this manner, Ramji, Sitaji and Lakshmanji used to stay here in their own hermitage. And there is another place, the Nishadraj, who was the fisherman. He manifested as Sadanand Bhattacharya here. So the Treta Yuga's Nishadraj manifested as Sadanand, and it is said by none other than Lord Nityanand.
राम बिना त्रिजगते नाही जाने आर। जिस दिन मायापुर में श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का जन्म हुआ,
so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in Mayapur,
उपस्थित थे सदानंद भट्ट।
so Sadanand Bhatt was present there since that day.
स्तुति करते हुए दर्शन किया और
He venerated the demigods and returned to the Dham.
ये सदानंद भट्ट जो है,
Sadanand Bhatt had deities of Ram Darbar.
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का जब जन्म उत्सव था,
and on the occasion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth,
खूब दर्शन किए, फिर अपने घर
they all came to see.
के घर पर राम दरबार का दर्शन था, लेकिन घर जाकर देखा तो राम जी के बदले चैतन्य महाप्रभु का दर्शन।
When he came back, he saw
पानी डाला, थोड़ी आंख चोड़ी,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instead of the deities of Lord Sri Ram. So he was amazed. He washed his eyes. So Ramji was being seen as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and vice versa. So our Govind TV is at this place.
मोदद्रुम द्वीप में एक बहुत सुंदर स्थान है, वृंदावन दास ठाकुर का श्री पाठ और
So there is a birthplace of Vrindavan Thakur. So this place where Govind TV is presently at, this is the birthplace of Vrindavan Thakur. And in brief, who was Vrindavan Thakur? Vedvyas Muni, who wrote all the Vedas, Puranas, etc., he manifested as Vrindavan Das Thakur in Kali Yuga. And he became the disciple of Nityanand Prabhu. In Braj Leela, when Lord Shri Krishna was small or young, and
श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की। सो ब्रज लीला में जब भगवान श्री
in Braj Leela or pastimes, when Krishna was young and he was from the family of king, so they had servants to take care of the kids. So especially to take care of Lord Shri Krishna was taken care by Ambika in Braja. When Krishna was young, although Yashoda Maya used to take care, but she had a special woman who used to take care of Lord Shri Krishna when he was a child. And this Ambika Gopika had a younger sister whose name was Kilimbika.
और किलिम्बिका गौर लीला में नारायणी बनकर प्रकट हुई।
So this Kilimbika manifested as Narayani Devi in Kali Yuga. So since childhood her father was no more, and she used to live with Srivas Pandit as he was the paternal uncle of hers. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to chant the holy names in Srivas Angan, and he saw her. And he saw, who is this girl? Srivas Pandit said that she is my niece. He said that why is she not speaking? He said that since birth she cannot speak. Then Mahaprabhu provided the remnants of her food and gave it to her. And after eating that, she started chanting the holy names of the Lord in high pitch.
पेट में श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का प्रसाद गया हो और उसके पेट से दिव्य आत्मा ही प्रकट होगी,
A person who has taken the remnants of Lord
वृंदावनदास ठाकुर का प्राकट्य हुआ.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, only that can provide such a exalted devotee, and Sri Vrindavan Thakur was born from her womb.
लेकिन सबसे बड़ा ग्रंथ किसी ने लिखा तो
So
वृंदावनदास ठाकुर ने.
the greatest scripture written on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was written by Vrindavan Thakur.
कविराज गोस्वामी ने फिलोसॉफिकल ग्रंथ लिखा.
So Chaitanya Charitamrut is philosophical scripture, but the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in great detail were written by Vrindavan Das Thakur.
So वृंदावन दास ठाकुर वेदव्यास मुनि के अवतार हैं.
And he is incarnation of Vedvyas Muni.
चैतन्य भागवत नाम का ग्रंथ.
And he wrote Chaitanya Bhagvat.
भागवत ग्रंथ लिखा. वैसे उसी
As
वेदव्यास
Vedvyas Muni has written Bhagvatam, and when he came as Vrindavan Das Thakur, he wrote Chaitanya Bhagvat.
और जहां बैठकर ये ग्रंथ लिखा,
And the place where he used to sit and write, this is the place where he wrote, and this is his birthplace. And here he used to sit and write Chaitanya Bhagvat.
और इससे थोड़े से निकट हम आगे चलें,
And if we go a little further from here,
वहां पर श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर का श्रीपाठ है.
we can see the Shripat of Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur.
श्री गौर निताई और जगन्नाथ जी की सेवा करते थे.
And he used to serve Jagannath Das, Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, and
अभी आएगा श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर. यस, ये है.
so he is Vrindavan Das Thakur. So these are the deities which were served by him. So this Gaur Nitai and Jagannath Ji are the deities of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So let's move further.
वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की माता मालिनी देवी का जन्म स्थान भी है.
So there is a birthplace of his mother Malini Devi as well. So in this Modudram Dweep, there is the place of Vasudev Dutt Shripat. And if we move further, there is a beautiful place, Sarang Murari's birthplace. It is a very transcendental place. So there is a great pastime. It is said that under this tree, he used to sing the glories of the Lord, and the tree dried up and was rotten inside. But Mahaprabhu came here and embraced, and by his embrace, he became to life. Because during that time for doing Sankirtana, they used to do Sankirtana under the tree, not in the houses. So here are quite a few trees.
बिल्कुल हरा भरा हो गया.
Mahaprabhu embraced this tree and it became green again. So this Sarang Thakur, who used to chant the holy names here, was ahead and was highly progressing in chanting the holy names. And he never wanted to make anyone his disciple because it's a huge responsibility. And to be somebody's bona fide spiritual master. But the Lord had some other desire. He told that you should take this responsibility as you have all these qualities. So he took this responsibility and he decided I will make a disciple, but I will only make one disciple in my whole life.
और एक दिन मूड हुआ, बोले आज मेरे सामने पहला जो आदमी मिलेगा उसी को मैं,
whoever comes first today in front of me, I will make him my disciple. Woke up and he was on his way to take dip from Gangaji, and then he saw a dead child, and he decided that he will make him his disciple, and he saw a dead boy. But Sarang was an exalted devotee because he had promised the Lord that I will make a disciple. So he brought him back to life and made him his disciple, and his name was Murari, and he was named Sarang Murari. So this is the place where he chanted the holy names. And then Murari also chanted the holy names of the Lord. And these are the deities of Sarang Dev ki.
So इस प्रकार से
in this way we see the sightings. So there are 3 more places in this Dvipa. First is Vaikuntpur. In Modudrum Dvip there is Vaikuntpur, where Ramanujacharya came.
और एक स्थान है मोदद्रुम द्वीप.
And then there is another place here in Modudrum Dvip, that is Mahatpur, where during the time of exile Pandavas came and they stayed here for a while. And in Dwapar Yuga they stayed here and they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this Mahatpur, and later Sri Madhvacharya also came here. So Govind TV has reached Arkatila. This is the place, that is Arkatila. So there are red colored Surya wearing saffron clothes. By putting sandalwood paste on his body, he chants the holy names of Gaur Hari, and while doing that, his eyes are filled with tears. This is Arkatila. So this is the 8th Dvipa. Darshan Modudrum Dvip concludes here. Now, during the circumambulation, the only Dvipa left is Rudra Dvipa. So a few days back we heard the glories of Lord Shiva, and by his name this place is called Rudra Dvipa, and in present it is called Radhupur. And it denotes the friendship with the Lord as the limb of bhakti. So Shivji resides here and denotes the fraternity, the friendship with the Lord. And it is said that even Kailash mountain is present here. And Durvasa Rishi also made his hermitage here. And he left Yoga Abhyas and started Sankirtana of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Moreover,
श्री शंकराचार्य आए थे.
here Sri Shankaracharya also came.
आप देख सकते हैं इस स्थान पर.
You can see this place.
इस स्थान पर भगवान शंकराचार्य आए. शंकराचार्य कौन है? स्वयं शिव जी है.
So Shankaracharya is Shivji himself.
शंकर ही शंकराचार्य के रूप में प्रकट हुए और उन्होंने मायावाद का प्रचार किया.
And he propagated Mayavad philosophy.
कलम चली है, मैं नित्यानंद प्रभु के पास आपको ले चलूं. वे कहते हैं शंकर आचार्य जब करे दिग्विजय नवद्वीप जये तथा उपस्थिल है. शंकराचार्य विचरण करते हुए जब नवद्वीप में आए दिग्विजय करते हुए और वे नवद्वीप में आकर रहने लगे. मने
So he says that Shankaracharya came here, who is Lord Shiva himself, and he started residing here. And we should understand this point here in the second line. Nityanand Prabhu introduces Shankaracharya as the highest devotee of the Lord, the greatest devotee. He is the greatest Vaishnava internally, and himself Lord Shiva. But externally, he is Advaitvadi. So internally he is Vaishnav Raj, and he has propagated Mayavad or Advaitvad in the world. But sometimes this internal thing comes out. So one day he said, Bhaj Govindam. Mudmate.
संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहीं नहीं रक्षति डुक्रिम करने भज गोविंदम. तो इस प्रकार से श्रीपाद शंकराचार्य आगे कहते हैं
He Nityananda Prabhu adds further,
सदा प्रतापे प्रचुर प्रचन्न बौद्धेर मत प्रचारेते शूर. इन्होंने बौद्ध मत का भयंकर प्रचार किया.
preached about Bodh. And why did he do so? By the request of the Lord. He wanted to accumulate all the Mayavadis together. And Shankaracharya did that by the Lord's desire. But when he came here in the Navdvip, Rudradvipa, and started preaching Mayavadi, so here also he started propagating Mayavad in Gaur Mandal. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested in his dream.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने भगवान शंकराचार्य को दर्शन दिया. कृपा करी बले तारे मधुर वचन. और श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कृपा करके मधुर वचन
and told in a beautiful voice that, oh Shankaracharya,
तुम मेरे दास हो,
that you are my servant,
और मेरी आज्ञा धारण करके
and by my behest you have preached and worked hard to propagate Mayavadi philosophy. But this Navdvip Dham is my favorite. And this Mayavad will not be successful here in Navdvip Dham.
नवद्वीप में पॉसिबल नहीं है. यही स्थान है साधारणे मम भक्त हई, क्योंकि इस स्थान में
because in this place
भक्त रहते हैं,
ordinarily or my devotees reside.
स्थान यहाँ नहीं, या तो मेरे सारे भक्त हैं, मेरे नाम का कीर्तन करते
So
हैं,
this is no place
मत का प्रचार
for
करते
you
हैं,
to
स्थान स्कोप यहाँ
treat
पर नहीं।
Mayavad here.
अतएव तुमी
That
कर
is
अन्यत्र
why,
इसलिए हे
or
शंकराचार्य
therefore,
महाराज, तुम
oh
कहीं अन्य
Shankaracharya,
जगह पर चले
you
जाओ,
should
या
go
अन्य
some other place.
नवद्वीप वासी गणे नाकर पीड़न, ये नवद्वीप में
And
रहने
you should
वालों
not
को
trouble the
फालतू
people of
और
this
इनको मायावाद की ये
Navadvip
सब
people.
चक्कर मत पड़ाओ। स्वप्न नवद्वीप तत्व जानी या तखन, श्रीपाद शंकराचार्य ने
And Shripad Shankaracharya
तत्व को जाना,
understood the element of
अन्य देश
Navadvipa
गमन
and he went to some other place.
लेकर श्री शंकराचार्य कुछ दिन इस रुद्र द्वीप में रुके,
He stayed here for a while and then he left for some other place.
तो ये जो घटना घटी, ये स्थान
So,
यही है।
the place where it happened is this
यहाँ पर
place.
इस रुद्र द्वीप में
And in this
11
Rudradvip,
रुद्रों का स्थान है,
there are the places of 11 Rudras
यहाँ पर विराजते हैं।
who reside here.
स्थान है,
And this is that place where
श्री विष्णु स्वामी का आगमन हुआ था,
Sri Vishnu Swami arrived
और उन्होंने शिव जी के दर्शन किए थे,
and he saw Lord
और
Shiva.
शिव जी ने इसी स्थान
And Shivji on this place
आज्ञा दी थी,
gave Vishnu Swami the permission to start Rudra Sampradaya
यहीं से
or disciplic succession.
रुद्र संप्रदाय का
And from here he started preaching
आइए
the disciplic succession of Rudra Sampradaya. So the last place of this Rudradvip is,
इस गौर मंडल परिक्रमा का
uh,
अंतिम स्थान,
and the last place of our Gaur Mandal
रास मंडल धीर
is
समीर का दर्शन करते हुए
Dhir
एक
Samir,
अद्भुत स्थान है, और उस स्थान का नाम है
and that place is
निदई घाट।
Nidai Ghat.
सकते हैं
You can see here.
भक्तों, ये वो घाट है
So this is that place where
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
संन्यास लिया,
took sannyas,
और इसी घाट से श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने गंगा पार किया,
and he crossed river
और श्री
Ganga.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु यही घाट पार करके
And after crossing this, he reached to Katwa.
आज उस स्थान का नाम कटवा इसलिए
And why it is called Katwa? Because he left his mother and wife and the whole society. And you see this river. He crossed and reached Katwa, and he shaved his hair or head and took the Diksha, and he shaved his head.
उस समय मनुष्य तो मनुष्य, पशु
And
पक्षी
at that
भी रो
time,
रहे थे,
not only the humans but even the animals were crying.
और ये समय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का 25वां जन्मदिन होने वाला था,
And it was supposed to be the 25th birthday of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
ये घटना घटी थी।
But a few days before that, it happened in the month of January in 1510.
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
5 लोगों को सूचना दिए,
informed 5 people: Nityanand Prabhu, Gadadhar Pandit,
माता,
Shachi Mata,
शेखर,
Chandrasekhar, and Mukund.
और फिर ये आज का दिन आया।
And on today's day, he circumambulated his mother who was sleeping. He touched the dust of his mother, and then he crossed this river and left. After taking initiation from Keshav Bharati, the whole Bengal was cursing him that this saint has gone mad. Why is he giving sannyas to a 24-year-old young man? He had beautiful hair, and people were getting hurt and distressed. So after crossing this, he reached
उन्होंने
Kathua.
इस घाट का नाम ही रख दिया
That is why this place was called as Nirday Ghat, that is merciless
तो ये
wharf.
निर्दयी घाट आज भी है, आप देख सकते हैं घाट का दर्शन।
So this is the ghat
इसी स्थान से
you
महाप्रभु
can see here.
गए और आज हमारी परिक्रमा भी हमें छोड़कर जा रही
So
है।
here our circumambulation or parikrama also is leaving us. For 9 days we have been
परिक्रमा की,
doing this, circumambulating these Navadvip Dham, and
परिक्रमा
today
हमारी समाप्त हुई।
we are towards the conclusion of this circumambulation.
मनी मन
So again we should come back to Antadvip and bow down at the feet of
भगवान नरसिंह
Radha Madhav and
जी को प्रणाम करें।
Panchatattva,
हमारी समाप्त
Lord Narsingadev and Srila Prabhupada.
अंत में मैं इतना ही कहना चाहता हूँ,
So I just want to say,
आराधति आराधितो नववनम व्रज कान नस्ते, नाराधितो नववनम व्रज एव दूरे, आराधितो द्विजसुतो व्रज नागरस्ते, नाराधितो द्विजसुतो न तवेह कृष्ण। प्रबोधानंद सरस्वती जी ने
so Prabodhanand Saraswati ji,
मंडल परिक्रमा की महिमा को बताते हुए बहुत
telling the glories of Navadvip Mandal,
वो कहते हैं
told,
आराधितो
he
नववन,
says
नववन माने नवद्वीप वन,
that this
माने
Navadvip
जे
Vana,
नवद्वीप मंडल,
that is this Gaur Mandal,
आराधितो नववनम, यदि नवद्वीप मंडल की कोई आराधना करे,
if someone venerates Navadvip or Gaur Mandal
करे
or circumambulates this place, then
तो व्रज मंडल की परिक्रमा सेवा और भक्ति
the
अपने आप हो जाती है।
you will automatically get the love and the fruit of
नववनम
doing the same for Vraja.
आराधना करने से व्रज कान नस्ते, व्रज की आराधना अपने आप हो जाती है। लेकिन दूसरी लाइन,
But in the second line he adds,
नववनम नाराधित नववनम, लेकिन यदि नववन
if you
नवदीप की आराधना न
haven't venerated Navadvip, then even Vraja is far away from us.
माइल दूर चला जाएगा। नवद्वीप की आराधना करो तो व्रज की आराधना अपने आप हो जाएगी, परंतु नवद्वीप मंडल गौर मंडल की आराधना न करो तो व्रज एव दूरे, तो व्रज बहुत दूर चला जाएगा। तीसरी लाइन में कहते हैं,
And in the third line he adds,
द्विजसुतो व्रज नाग रस्ते, आराधितो द्विजसुतो, द्विजसुत माने जगन्नाथ मिश्र
so
के
Dvij Suto means
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannath Mishra's son.
आराधितो द्विजसुतो, यदि श्री
If
चैतन्य
you worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
तो व्रज नागर
then
रस्ते, तो व्रज नागर भगवान कृष्ण की आराधना अपने आप हो जाती है।
automatically you will get the unalloyed devotional service of Lord Shri Krishna.
तो व्रज नागर रस्ते, महाप्रभु की आराधना करने से व्रज
So if we worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will automatically worship Lord Krishna. But if we don't worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you'll not get Krishna.
प्राप्त होंगे इसका कोई प्रश्न ही नहीं है, मतलब वो कृष्ण की प्राप्ति नहीं हो सकती, वो कृष्ण की आराधना नहीं हो सकती। मुझे कई सारे भक्तगण
So
पढ़ने लिखने में अच्छी अच्छी बातें होती है ना, तो मुझे भेजते हैं, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
people sometimes send me some good stuff.
बहुत सुंदर बात लगी। ये तो नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर मूल उनके वक्ता है, लेकिन प्रभुदानंद महाराज की बात है। रूप गोस्वामी, सॉरी,
So
हम रोज कथा के प्रारंभ में मैं बोलता हूँ ना,
in the beginning, I discuss about
का मंत्र
the mantra of Prabhupada Saraswati.
नवनीर दाभात पीतांबर अरुण और फिर अंत में कृष्णात परम तत्व अहम न जाने, क्या कहा? कृष्ण से बड़ा तत्व मैं नहीं।
Krishna, there is nothing bigger than Lord Shri Krishna. But Rup Goswami wrote,
कृष्ण से बड़ा तत्व आप नहीं जानते? रूप गोस्वामी कहते हैं कृष्ण से भी एक तत्व बड़ा है और वो है चैतन्य महाप्रभु।
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
उन्होंने
is
श्लोक
even
लिख
greater
दिया,
than Lord Shri Krishna. He
चैतन्य
wrote,
महाप्रभु से परम तत्व अहम न जाने। एक कदम आगे, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। कृष्ण से बड़ा तत्व नहीं, लेकिन हमारे आचार्य रूप गोस्वामी ने कहा चैतन्य महाप्रभु से बड़ा तत्व मैं नहीं जानता हूं। ऐसे परमाति परम, परम करुणा वरुणालय,
and such ocean of mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
परम तत्व, और ऐसे परम तत्व की ये परम
and this transcendental land of his pastimes, Shri Gaur Mandal Bhumi, we have circumambulated in these
परिक्रमा बड़े विनम्र भाव से
9 days filled with humility
अनुसार की।
according to our qualification. So
और श्री चैतन्य
we
महाप्रभु
pray
की कृपा
that you get the benefit of this accumulating this Dvipa and you get mercy of
और ऐसी परिक्रमा
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada,
हम
and
बार करते रहे।
we
मन
can get
करता है
opportunity to
कि साल भर
circum
यात्रा ही
again and
करते
again.
रहे।
I feel that
करती है।
throughout the year we
अब
should
अगली
go
बार
for
मैं ये
yatra.
सोच रहा हूँ, पता नहीं
So
भगवान
next
को
time
क्या
I'm
है।
thinking if it's
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
possible,
दक्षिण भारत की यात्रा किए थे, जानते
he
हैं?
went to
दक्षिण भारत गए थे।
South India as well.
नारायण प्रभु करें और गोविंद टीवी जाए तो महाप्रभु
If
जिस
Govind TV
सीक्वेंस
goes
में
and
बताते हैं,
Amindaran Prabhu arranges,
तुम यहाँ यहाँ
then
यहाँ,
we
उसी
could
सीक्वेंस से दर्शन करते हुए
do the sequence of this darshan and
ऐसे तो
listening the pastime.
महाप्रभु की तरह तो कर नहीं पाएंगे, लेकिन घर बैठे दक्षिण भारत की यात्रा, कभी तिरुपति बालाजी की यात्रा, कभी रामेश्वरम, तो ऐसी यात्राएं हम करते रहे। यही जीवन का सार है, यही जीवन।
And this is the conclusion of this and the goal of this life.
ये हमारा काम भी नहीं है, बोल लेते हैं, हैं? आप सब अच्छा अच्छा बोलना जानते हैं, आप अच्छा अच्छा सुनते भी होंगे।
All speak so well and you listen so well.
टूटा फूटा प्रयास।
And I just try to speak a little.
ये है कि आप लोग
The
सुनते हैं,
most glorious thing is that you all
आपके
listen
अंदर सुनने की परम रुचि है।
and you have this
मैं तो आपके
inquisitiveness.
चरणों की रज मस्तक पर चढ़ाऊं,
I want to
जो आपको श्रवण
have
करने की शक्ति
the
दी है।
dust of the lotus of your lotus feet, that I should get the potency of you
जैसे
listen.
आप श्रवण
So,
करते हैं वैसे मैं भी श्रवण करूं, क्योंकि जो
so
बोलने वाला होता है ना, इसे बातुल बोलने
that
भाषा
I
में
could
बातुल बोलते
also get
हैं। जो अज्ञानी
opportunity
होता है
to
वो कौन
listen.
बोलता है?
That only
जो
ignorant
बोलता है वो कौन
people
बोलता है?
speak a
ज्ञानी तो
lot.
चिंतन करता
A
है,
knowledgeable person
मैं खाली
contemplates, he
बातुल
thinks.
मैं तो बातुल। बस आप कृपा दीजिए कि हम भी आपकी तरह परम
So please
श्रद्धा
bless
से,
that with
इतनी जत्था
great faith,
श्रद्धा लेकर आप आते हो, क्या एक दिन मिस नहीं करते?
you don't
और
miss even for a single day
हरिनाम वाले तो 3 घंटे पहले आकर बैठते हैं और एंड अंत
to
तक
chant the glories of the
ये
names.
आश्चर्य भक्तों,
You come two,
ये
two, three,
ये
three
आश्चर्य है,
hours before even
बहुत
me,
बड़ा आश्चर्य है।
and they sit for the
शास्त्र की
katha.
भाषा में कहूँ तो ये आपका
If I
प्रेम है
tell you
भगवान के
in the
प्रति
language of
और इस व्यास के
philosophy,
प्रति।
it is your love towards the Lord
मेरे
and
अंदर
towards
क्या ऐसी
me.
कोई न विद्वत्ता है, न
I
कोई
have no
गंभीरता है, न
qualification
विलक्षणता
or
है,
wisdom
लेकिन फिर
or
भी
purity,
बस
but still you all come here.
प्रेम बनाए रखें
So the
और इस
Lord
प्रेम में किसी की नजर न
manifests
लगे,
this love,
हैं? ये आनंद हम सब करते रहें।
and we
हम
all
प्रार्थना
should
करेंगे
feel this
और
ecstasy and pleasure. We
जिस
should pray
परम
that
चरम प्रेम
to the
की
Lord.
चर्चा इस यात्रा के माध्यम से हुई,
And
वो परम चरम प्रेम आज नहीं तो
the
कल
highest
हम
pitch
सबके
of
बीच
love
में
that we
हो,
discuss,
ऐसी
we all
भगवान
should
से मैं प्रार्थना
have
करूंगा।
it in our lives. We will pray to the Lord
हमारे
in these
यहाँ
9 days of
कई
yatra.
सारे यजमान
The
रहे,
9
सभी
Yajma
यजमानों
and the
को धन्यवाद
hosts,
दूंगा,
we thank
स्पेशली
all of
गोविंद
them,
टीवी को मैं धन्यवाद
and
दूंगा,
especially Govind TV. I want to thank them as well.
सबका धन्यवाद।
I thank you
जितना
all.
याद करूं उतना कम है,
The more I
बस
say
धन्यवाद।
thank,
दोनों
I
हाथ जोड़ने के अलावा
feel
कुछ है
the
नहीं।
more
आप
gratitude.
मेरा प्रणाम धन्यवाद स्वीकार करें
So please
और इसी
accept
प्रकार से प्रेम
my
बनाए रखें,
gratitude and
आशीर्वाद बनाए रखें। आइए
please bless us. So let's conclude the 9th day session of this Katha with Jai Jaikar.
मंडल परिक्रमा की, श्री गौर मंडल परिक्रमा की।